I hate flipping properties, and in this video I'm going to show you why you should stay away from them. So what do I mean by a flip? Well, what I mean by it, because there's loads of different types, is when you buy it, refurbish the property and sell it on. And I just don't like it for several bloody reasons, but let me break down the core example of when I hate it compared to a longer term investment strategy like my favorite, boring vanilla buy-to-let properties. By the way, put vanilla in the comments if you're with me on that one. So if we do a little comparison on this one. On this side we've got the flip, and on this side we've got the boring vanilla buy-to-let property. So they both look very similar on this. We're going to do a little bit of a refurbishment on both. Now this one over here we're going to sell, and this one we're going to rent out. So if we looked at this one over here, if we said, and we're going to keep the numbers incredibly simple, if we said, right, we've got this one and it's 150k all in, and this one also is, because it's the same property, 150k all in. And when I say all in, I mean I bought the property, I've refurbished it, I've had to pay my stamp duty, my legal fees, my broker fees if you've used somebody like Aspire Property Group to find you the property, and everything in between, and the sale fees, okay? So everything in there. Now, that's, I'm going to put all in there. Then we want to sell the property, and we've got a valuation by a very reputable local estate agent that says they're going to sell it for 200,000 all day long. Now, let's assume they were right. They sold it for 200,000, and you've just made your £50,000 profito, including all costs within that. Happy days, right? Why would you not enjoy doing that, Jamie? Well, there's two reasons, and I'll show you why. So first of all, is it £50,000? No. What is the thing that gets us all the time? Only one of two things are guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Well, if we said the tax on this is around 20%, give or take, which is generous, by the way, but we're going to say 20%, which is actually 18 to 28% on capital appreciation, but also corporation tax. So we're going to say tax £10,000, which actually means we're making 40k. Well, Jamie, I'm pretty happy to have 40 grand. I would agree, but I'm not really interested in that. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about it from a long-term point of view. My opinion is I love boring vanilla buy-to-lets because it pays me again and again and again and again. This is kind of like a nice chunky cash strategy. This is how to get wealthy. And I don't know about you, I prefer the idea of wealth rather than some quick cash, but you can let me know in the comments which you prefer. So on this one, the exact same, 150k all in, and we've got it valued at 200,000. Well, let's say actually I end up getting a 75% loan to value on this number here. Well, if I've got 75% loan to value, what we're going to come up against is 75% is the loan to value for a buy-to-let, by the way, most typical. Then we're going to get 150k in mortgage or debt. Now, I know we're going to have to pay that debt down, and interest rates right now are 5.25%. They'll be up and down, whatever it is, right? Doesn't really matter. So I might be paying some money on this. But the difference is I've got that back in my account. So, right, not that exciting. I haven't got it there. But if I look at my net wealth increase, how much has my net wealth gone up? Well, it's gone up. Again, let's assume there's no additional fees, which there will be a couple on both. So let's say 0 on each. It's going to be £50,000. You might go, well, how's that, Jamie? I'm missing something. Well, it's valued at 200. You've got debt on it of 150, which is now back in your bank account, but of course you put that in already, and the 200 minus the 150 is £50,000. So is it cash in your pocket? No, it's not. However, it is factually increasing your net wealth. So already you are, let's change the colour on this, you are already plus £10,000. But that's not it. there's actually more, because one of the other benefits of owning the property is you are going to rent it out to Trevor down the road, who's over the moon, renting it from you and going, nice one. All right. So he's going to rent this £200,000 property for probably about £900 a month. Now, let's say the interest rates are crucifying it, the management, the maintenance. Let's say we are left with 200 quid, 250 to make it easy. Again, just an example, but that's probably pretty pragmatic of a £900 a month. So that's per calendar month net. So that's after your mortgage costs, interest costs, your management, your maintenance, voids, whatever. So we're going to times that by 12 months in a year. That's an additional £3,000. Now, you are going to pay tax on that because that is a taxable event, right? And you might be thinking, okay, fair play. So that's going to be anything between roughly £600 in tax if you've got it in a company, all the way up to £1,200 tax if you've got it in your personal name. Not ideal, right? But it is what it is. So now we've got our increase in net wealth, which is 10k more, and we're getting paid every single month for the privilege. And you think, well, to be fair, that already looks better. That's not the best bit. The best bit of a boring vanilla buy-to-let is the capital growth. Now, I've actually done a video on the channel about how you can access tax-free money. So if you're not a subscriber already, make sure to hit the subscribe button to make sure you're getting up to date with these videos. Now, I'm not going to go through this. Maybe what we can do is put a link to that video in the description so you can make sure to watch that next, because this is where roughly 75% to 80% of wealth is made through property tax-free. Now, really, it's coming down to, do I need the money now or do I need the money then? For me, property is about the investment. So when it's in this sort of price bracket, I hardly ever, I do not like giving something away, because all I'm doing is feeling horrible about giving somebody else my future wealth. But you do need to accurately analyze these. And to give you an idea, the one place that I go to get a comparison is Lendlord. And what Lendlord does, and I'll put a link in the description, by the way, if you're not on Lendlord already, make sure to sign up to them. It's completely free for this, by the way. And what you can do is use the analyzer part against each other. So you can put all of your costs in for a flip, all of the costs again, but apply the rent, apply the interest rate on the debt and mortgage, put in the annualized capital growth, put in inflation rate, all of that. It's absolutely incredible. And then you can get your opinion out of your way, get your emotions out of the way, and just focus on the hardcore figures and make an objective business decision. So if you want to get that, it is completely free. I'll put a link in the comments, pin it to the top. I'll also put it in the description. Make sure you're going on there. It will blow your mind. So Jamie, are you telling me you never buy a flip? No, that's not what I said. There are times when I will do it, but really it's only when it's outside of my strategy, my location, and my price bracket. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when I'm looking for my long-term assets, I think it's really important to keep them in a general area. So for me and my investors, we focus currently on West and South Yorkshire. And I say currently because we're always going to adapt to the marketplace, and in 10 years time Leeds might not be the best place anymore, who knows, right? But right now I find it is the best place in the UK to invest in boring vanilla buy-to-let properties. So I do that for myself and help you guys build your portfolios, right? So if it's in that location, I am looking for the long term. Does it actually fit the strategy? Well, it's not as simple as this price point makes sense. As I said, 75 to 80% of your wealth is made through capital growth. And so you need to be able to assess and analyze what a great capital growth area looks like. Because it's not obvious by standing around going, yeah, 8% capital growth here. No, you need to know how to analyze the quantitative data. Okay, you need to understand the numbers. You need to know what crime rates are there, supply versus demand metrics, logistics, external investments, and everything else that contributes to a strong capital growth or capital appreciation in your area. So is it in the right location? Does it tick the box from the right strategy? Because if it doesn't have that strong capital growth aspect, I ain't interested. All right, because if I'm going to own something, the exit is death, and I want to make sure it's a bloody good payday. All right, the last one is price bracket. So I'm constantly looking at rent versus purchase price, and it's a really good comparison metric over term. So what happens is, if you think about average prices in any sort of dynamic, but in property, you've got the properties here and properties here. I call it above the fold and below the fold. Now, when there's a contraction in the market, people think recessions hit all properties equally. No, that's not the case. It all goes towards the median. So if the average house price is, let's say, 280 to 300k, which it's going to fluctuate between those prices at the moment, everything that is above this number, they are at a heightened risk of the recession impacting them. And then actually, because of basic economics, the price brackets that are less than, let's say 250, so we're way under there, it's going to feel upwards pressure. And the reason for that is when times are good, people go and upgrade here, but there's still entry-level buyers here. And when times get harder, people downgrade to here. So when there's a contraction in the market, like interest rates going up, etc., it puts pressure points here on 2 points. Number one, because everything's more expensive to cost to rent out, rents naturally go up. And of course, people can't afford these properties now, so they delay their purchase and rent somewhere in the meantime, or instead make a more conscious purchasing decision at a lower price bracket. So ultimately, in my area, I'm going to focus on these properties here, not keep these ones for the long term. So anything within these price brackets, in my particular area, especially if you're in central London, you need to do your local numbers, but anything sub 250, great investment for the long term. Anything 300 plus, that's when I'm looking at flip territory. But hey, don't take my knowledge just for granted, okay? Yes, hopefully you're getting a lot of value from this, but do your own research. Input these figures genuinely, click on the link below, get on Lendlord and put in an example here. Do your background analysis on the capital growth over the last 10, 20, 30 years, 5 years, 1 year, and do the same on this. And you will find over a 15, 20, 25 year period, this one is your boring vanilla buy-to-let property, and this one is your short-term chunky change. But that's just my opinion. Click the link, jump on Lendlord, put in your details and see the numbers for yourself. If you're new to the channel and you like this sort of content and you like me geeking out about all things property, make sure to hit the subscribe and the notification bell. I'd love to have you join us again. And if you did get value, it takes you 2 seconds, but it really helps me out if you just tap that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.